Why Watson, frontstretch.com, here with Carl Long before we get going here for the Cup Series race at Iowa Speedway. Carl, just tell me about this partnership. King of the Hill, it's one of the most recognizable adult cartoons to be out here, to be on the waves. And with it coming back to Hulu, how much does it mean for a small team like yours to be partnering with such a big brand like that?
It's a huge part to participate with these guys, and the fact is that it wasn't supposed to come to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to another race team, and the other race team had a lot of demands, had a lot of stuff that they wanted to happen pretty quickly, and couldn't. All of the PR people and everybody involved couldn't make it happen. So instead of a one deal with a better known team, they got two deals with me and Joey in Xfinity and Cup. And we're not going to go out there and set it on a pole, but we're going to get a lot of TV time, as much as they would have, with your company and the other people that are posting on the internet. We've got them as much exposure for a whole lot less money than what they were originally trying to do.
You mentioned Joey Gase. He's driving your car first time since I believe 2019, and in his second go around in a next gen car. For this being his home track, how much does it mean to you to help him get on the Cup Series grid for this race at a track that's so important to him?
Well, the biggest thing is I bring a driver to this track with experience of the racetrack. A lot of the times we go and you have learned these cars are so different. I've never got to drive one other than on the chassis dyno, but just getting in and out of them, from an Xfinity car to one of these, everyone talks about what the big difference it is. And now that I've kind of took the crew chief role over and learning the things, it's just a lot of adjustments and a lot of things that aren't there that you were used to, and something you have to do is a little new. So although we don't have the factory backing with the big engines and all of the stuff that we want, we're learning. We come to the racetrack, we run practice. For us, we don't have sim time, we don't have all these other things. So we came here this weekend and we was bouncing off the racetrack. My left front scrub block was hitting the bumps at the start finish line, my left rear was dragging, so we worked on practice to get it up. But I don't, it's tough because, like, the what they call the gold surface is the digital points of what you have to have for NASCAR to go through inspection. I want to get it from Ford. That's who we have. NASCAR says I have to get all your gold surface stuff from Ford to digitize it. They said we're not on the program. So then I go back to NASCAR, and when Ford don't give it to me, so we have to go back and forth to the NASCAR R&D center 2 or 3 trips to kind of get it close. And we don't have these things, what they call Roma armed in, so I can't program my computer or my car into a computer. And if I could, I still don't have their sim knowledge. So yeah, I'll have to lean on some friends in the garage to give me a good starting point. And then we come here and we have to use their, I'm glad it's a little longer practice session on the Cup side than it is on the Xfinity.
Yeah.
And it gives us more chances to adjust and try to drive it on. And most everywhere we've been this year, when we start the race, we're a lot faster at the end than we are when we start. So it's like when I took Josh Bilicki to Bristol this year, we had the knowledge of what we done last year, which we didn't run that great, and this year we went there and the car kept up and did well. So it's just me building a book of notes and having these things where I can go back and when we do get a sponsorship strong enough, like I've got coming up for Daytona, that we can lease a Yates engine. Now I've got something to offer when I put a driver in that's we've got a little experience behind us, and maybe we won't start off in left field.
Doing the crew chief role, you mentioned, I mean, you've been an owner for a good while coming back, and now embracing that crew chief role. How's that changed your way you've approached race weekends this season?
It hasn't. I've always crew chiefed my own car. Always, when I was driving and I had 2 or 3 other cars going, I just had a couple of guys that would move the bolts or change a wedge or do something that I asked them to do. And I always had an opinion, and they had an opinion. But when you hire a crew chief and you're spending good money, you have to trust that he's doing what you want him to do. It's what you ask him to do, and or what he's bringing something to the table to teach you. Hey, here's something new. Well, this new car, it's all new. And I don't have the money to go hire one of them crew chiefs over there. So when I look through the garage, I can almost find somebody at every team that either I worked for, drove for, or they worked for me. And so one week I might ask my buddy on a team what he thinks. Next week I'll ask another guy, and by the time I come around, 2 months later, I'm back to the same guy I started at the first time. So I don't wear out the same person every week. Hey, what are you gonna do? What I need to run at this track? So we just I just lean on people I can trust, and go from there.
Yeah. And then finally, this partnership, of all the sponsorships you've had, how fun is is this the most fun and unique sponsorship you think you've ever had in your career as an owner or driver?
Well, the dang old, dang old get around the corner over there and, and just mash the gas and get on the TV and your people come looking at me and everything. But I think it's pretty good, man.
I don't know what you're saying, Boom Howard.
Well, let me tell you what. I got to put Joey out there in the car. Damn it, Joey, he got to get it going.
Always fun. Carl, thank you for your time, man.
All right, so one final thing I wanted to talk to you about. Well, two things, actually. First of all, you're nominated for the Hall of Fame. May take you more than a year or two. Sometimes it does that. But being named one of the 75 greatest drivers in NASCAR history, out of the hundreds, probably a couple of thousand people who've raced in NASCAR in the top 3 levels, what did that mean to you?
I really thought I pissed them off a few times.
Well, I know you did that. But
yeah, I know. So
you're not alone in that.
Yeah, I was quite surprised and very honored. That's no small task, and it's just you don't go into it when you're 18, because I had to wait till I was 18 to start. I never thought I was going to be in the Hall of Fame. And then growing up, you see the guys. I would go to the racetracks and you see the black jackets and New England Auto Racing or Hall of Fame guys. And I was, that guy's an old racer. Oh, that guy's an old racer. That guy's an old racer. Yeah, well, now I got one of those jackets. I'm one of those old racers.
You're still young at heart. I know that. So don't worry about that.